I want to find out about the church in China. I'm intrigued to know if let's say I was on the train or the elevator and said, spend so many years in China. Tell me about the church in China. What are the first things you would say? What are the first pictures that come to your mind?
You would walk into a room, everyone has their hands up singing hymns. You would not see an instrument, maybe a piano. Sometimes there's a piano, but everyone a cappella singing praises, written by a girl who's only 12 years old. Her songs, God would give her songs, and now they're widespread in all of China, these hymns. And so you walk into a room, their tears are running down their faces in praise and worship, and then somebody will start preaching for like 2, 3, 4 hours, and everyone's taking notes. Everyone loves their Bible. Everyone is just so passionate for God in the villages. And so that's what I think of, because they're forced, underground, and so they can't have a wide footprint like, we do church where we went.
When you say they're forced underground, what does that mean? Because for us, we're free. So you think underground, okay, they're forced on the tube trains.
Yeah. No, they are very careful to not bring any cell phones, because they can be tracked by the government. And so they put all the cell phones somewhere else, turn them off. But even with the turned off cell phone, you can still, they'll come for you. And so there's still persecution there. So they live in a little bit of fear, a little bit of caution, but their hearts are free.
Gosh. So Ryan lived in China for how many years?
20 years.
They're in 20 years. 20.
Yeah, but the church is alive and strong, and they're sending out missionaries now to the West.
No way.
Because people like you and me, Westerners, we're not really welcome in Muslim countries, but the Chinese are going to be the ones to take the gospel and finish the Great Commission.
So hold on. So in Africa, one of the big things that you're seeing is Chinese people coming. So you're saying potentially in there could be Christians who are coming in.
Welcome the Chinese. I really think they're going to be everywhere. They already are. And, my wife and I, we look for Chinese people in the cities wherever we go. We always find it.
Wow.
So when you see Chinese people, welcome them. It could be that they are the torch bearers. They are the gospel bearers for our generation.
So all the behind the scenes you've been watching, it's been Ryan. But last night I was thinking, I need to get a story from Ryan about the church in China.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask some more later.
All right. Stay tuned.
Go ahead. Okay. So now I'm the Cam. This is Muyiwa Cam. Ryan, question.
Hey, buddy.
What's your favorite meal when you're in China?
My favorite meal in China is the real Kung Pao chicken. They have these red chilies that are only in China. Then they have this battery acid seed that, when mixed together, it creates an explosion in your mouth. And it's the Kung Pao, the true Kung Pao. But they don't really have that in the States.
Okay, so we hear about martyrs and people who are given their lives. Who are some of the stories that maybe not necessarily met in China that impacted you?
Yeah, I met Brother Yun. He's also known as the Heavenly Man. And under arrest, when he was in prison, God opened the locks on his doors, and he was able to escape. And he jumped over a 15-foot wall, so they say, to escape. And but he's been in jail many times for the faith. And in China, they never pray that they get released from jail. They pray for God's will to be done. Like us in the West, don't get out of jail.
Yep.
But over there, it's kind of like a training ground, and it's also a ground for evangelism in the prison.
How did that affect you? Did you get to the place where you said, Lord, your will be done, or did you not quite get to that?
Yeah, well, I didn't have the level of scrutiny that they did, we were we were under the radar. So we only got caught by the police one time. I got interrogated the day after my daughter was born. I got interrogated because my father-in-law was passing out tracts on a bus.
Oh, wow.
And so he went to jail, so I had to go and explain, that they weren't my tracts, they were my father-in-law. He didn't know the laws of China. You can't just pass out anything.
Your father-in-law was in prison for preaching the gospel?
Yes, for about 6 hours.
Wow.
But he got blacklisted for 5 years, but he can go back now if he wants.
Gosh.
It's a little sneak peek of our lives. It's a little boring. I don't want to bore you.
I tell you what. So you want to preach the gospel? Look, they're not ready to go to prison in that corner there.
Who's ready to go to prison?
I'm not sure that I am, to be honest with you.